Let's dive straight into today's extremely bullish video, Tom. So, T fired the script. I find it difficult to comprehend that. Gentlemen and ladies, the digitalized XRP represents the greatest wealth creation opportunity ever for about 99% of the world's population. Once again, welcome to another video. When there isn't enough XRP to go around, $100 XRP will be far too cheap, and there will be a shortage. Stay with me through to the end as I explore this option. Check out this new video right now if you think this sounds like something you'd be interested in. Greetings to all, and welcome to our channel where we discuss the most recent developments regarding XRP and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. If you are watching one of our films for the first time, we would be happy to extend a special greeting to you. To ensure you never miss another film, we cordially ask you to press the notification bell. We are announcing that 200 XRP will be given away on this channel. All you have to do to be eligible to participate is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with the hashtag XRP. November 15th will mark the winners. We're going to go into figures, planning to include a Brooks clip as well. Before joining Whistle, where Ripple is currently employing him, he worked for Uber. And also, Goldman Sachs was only one of several people who left J.P. Morgan Goldman Sachs Bank of America Swift after working there for 18 years. To Ripple, since this business, Ripple, and this digital platform, XRP, are going to permanently alter the game. Returning to another video, welcome. This is going to be a collaboration. We will work together on this video. I'm going to give you guys a beginning pack together, and you people, I just can't wait to hear how huge this bad guy becomes. I'm thinking about stopping my $100 XRP 100% statements because, let's face it, that is overly traditional. Has to rise, and I'm positive that I won't come on here and push because of my background in the financial industry. I deal closely with retail investors. Therefore, I recommend something like XRP to them. Let's establish the tone for today's video. This is something you don't want to miss. Take a listen to this incredibly amazing clip that shifts focus to real-world resources and tokenization. That's also very exciting at the moment, and something we've seen develop. However, upon reflection, I originally came from the financial services industry, and my background in trading is quite traditional. You consider some of the changes in the equity and fixed income markets, the investment banking side in the past, and the marketplaces for investments today. The idea of tokenizing financial products in such markets is highly intriguing. For example, corporate bonds are among the most laborious and time-consuming financial assets to be tokenized globally. The private equity industry is also quite fascinating. If we consider the opportunity, we've seen some amazing companies like KKR Hamilton Lane or others accomplish this with new funds where they tokenize a piece of the fund itself, opening up new classes of investors. How to reach beyond Beyond the $1 trillion barrier, I would begin with the $290 trillion global market for private assets, which is larger than that of publicly traded securities and includes things like real estate and venture capital, VC. U.S. assets around the globe vary between $300 trillion and $700 trillion, depending on whose report you read. Isn't that right? Sky's the limit. Therefore, Lawrence, I suppose that everything will be tokenized eventually, and we won't stop till then. That being said, it's also quite intriguing and effective from the private equity side's secondary sale perspective. Therefore, I believe we're just getting started in that area. That's not even to mention real estate, in which we have a significant stake. However, the tokenization of real estate or equity in real estate is quite fascinating. Again, these are the new applications. Instances, however, they are enormous and real. Our role is to reach out to clients that we believe could benefit from our technology solutions. Since this is such a large market for all of us, we also have a strong interest in the ecosystem as a whole. He mentions the bond and private equity markets, and then he says, oh yeah, of course, we got the real estate as well. There are a lot of avenues where value can be moved when moving value from one end to the other, so it's important to keep in mind that there needs to be a neutral bridge currency to enable all of this to occur. Currently, J.P. Morgan and Citibank bear a significant portion of the fees. I heard the little montage of you when these settlements happened, guys. realize that merely 700 trillion of it is in private equity, more than $200 trillion. The exact figure is unknown, but it's high. Every year, DAC processes 2.6 quadrillion. That is value, people. Value, as well as an additional clip from the core product solution, on-demand liquidity, which uses the bridge and has seen significant growth. Asset in this instance, XRP, to move that value further than messages between sender and recipient. Since we're being extremely cautious, we're only going to discuss the bond market today, where the top 10 largest bond markets in the world add up to over $130 trillion. Examine this bond that tokenizes. To put it simply, this means distributing a ledger or converting traditional bonds into digital tokens on a blockchain. Remember that a digital token is the only digital asset that exists. They are simply a representation of the underlying bond or a type of digital ownership that is overseen by financial infrastructure, and that, gentlemen and ladies, is Ripple and XRP, which is overseen by the highest authority, UK, can have a major impact. Value can be transferred and transactions can be swiftly settled with XRP. Improving the bond trading process's efficiency, remember that XRP is a global digital asset that can be traded and settled anywhere in the world because it supports peer-to-peer transactions that avoid middlemen and their associated fees. Additionally, the XRP LED runs on a decentralized network that is accessible from anywhere in the world, enabling smooth participation of investors from various regions in bond markets. Because XRP acts as a bridge asset, it can facilitate currency exchange and payments in several locations, which can increase the effectiveness and cost-effectiveness of cross-bundle transactions. Recall that our goal is to link all of the world's economies together. The interoperability of economies should link more than 200 nations, especially their securities and payment infrastructures. Financial institutions should always play a leading role in this process, helping to improve mutual understanding, link the disparate economies of the 200 or so nations in the world, and ensure that the payment system functions as intended. All different types of businesses, from the biggest and most advanced to the most conservative and tiny, and do you see how a digital XRP may play a big part? Given that the USD is currently ruling the market, you may recall from the video that we discussed how much XRP is in circulation in the blue checks that indicate the holdings have been validated, and the red ones are conservative, because we're just presuming that's how much they owe. After all, it will be considerably higher. Spiral 6.6 billion XRP is not included in the escrow. Lars Chris Bruce Burdo, there are over 4 billion of them. BR garlinghouse certified by XRP. 2 billion. Remember that David Schwartz has 3.5 billion XRP, and I believe he has a way. When Jet was here, he entered. We have Grey Kit with 2.5 billion XRP, and we're being quite cautious with it at around 7 billion. Ingrid Atlee 1/5 billion. After Bob's 2.5 billion ions, we have the Ripple team, the directors, and $3 billion XRP, for a total of 65 billion XRP with escrow. The pioneers and early adopters, and no, this doesn't imply that it's centralized if you assume that because they hold this much XRP, we're just ahead of the curve in terms of adoption and leadership. Monica Long-Eric is one example of this. All of these individuals, including Kirsten Devar, also possess XRP, which we are not taking into consideration. Ruzi Ishishba Connor or Rio Sandy, however, I'm 99% positive that they won't be able to sell XRP for another 5 or 10 years. I know that something is going on behind the scenes that prevents these people and their XRP bags from being touched. Them anytime soon, for instance, you know. You are welcome to investigate it further. The XRP scan for Christelsen and Arthur Bidio's XRP Holdings remains unaltered. All right, so we're working with a very small amount of XRP that will be used. There isn't enough XRP. If you guys remember, we previously discussed the global debt of the S&P and the derivatives market. Even if we were to obtain just 15% of each of those categories, the value would still reach up to $100.89 trillion on a very conservative scale. Since we're only discussing the bond market today, tokenizing bonds with XRP would require $6.5 trillion, or a minimum of 5% of the bond market. If we simply carry out the calculation here, the easy calculation is 6.5 trillion divided by the 35 billion XRP that will be in circulation, resulting in a value of $185 for XRP. Now let's examine it from the left and corner perspectives of volume. It was assembled by Susan Adlai and a BlackRock resident named Rob Mitnick. A PDF from 2018 states that a daily XRP transaction volume of 556 billion would yield a market capitalization of $3.2 trillion and a price per XRP of $32. This makes perfect sense because should we go to double what they stated. Therefore, if the daily volume for XRP is $1.2 trillion, the market capitalization would be approximately $6.4 trillion to mark a volume of $1.2 trillion. We are also discussing tokenizing the financial infrastructure, so do you people see what I mean? Wherever this is going, I hope market capitalization is meaningless in this case. It has no bearing on assigning a value to XRP, as the latter will be determined by the volume of traffic the network sees each day. For instance, the FX market is worth $8 trillion, whereas SWIFT is only worth $5 trillion. These are only cross-border transfers. The bond markets are not included in this calculation. The stock market will see the tokenization of all those assets and their movement to that value shall be shifted. $100 XRP is far too cheap, but keep in mind that it requires earnings along the way. There will be transactions at that time, and you're going to need a neutral currency that is regulated across every economy that you could all utilize and that is trusted. Upward, but insufficient, the Ripple team is not making sales. They're XRP anytime soon. They're not here for the money, they're already affluent, and you can believe whatever you want me to believe about them, as they are not in this place to make money. One may argue that Bior's home is a dump. In the end, I will be here when XRP reaches $100 and beyond, and all I'm going to hear is cricket. So whatever floats your boat, that is all. Having said that, I value the time I spent with you guys, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Began creating a Ripple network on the theory that cryptocurrency liquidity might one day be sufficient to sustain reliable global payments. Hefty payouts spiral. The website was created so that users may recognize the advantages of our fiat-based. The switch to ODL could be made by the network. Once the market reaches a certain level of maturity, which is precisely what is happening, flip the switch. I believe the product we're developing will solve a genuine issue, and I believe that each token represents my advice. Anyone could comprehend the utility if genuine value and utility were being provided to a real consumer. In such a case, the token would be valued.